At this time of the world, in 2022, we have a lot of genetic engineering going on, transhuman experiments, crossbreeding, and you can agree with me that you almost cannot find dogs, pets that are original breed, right? Everything has been crossbred, and it calls for worry, right? It calls for us to really think about why do we crossbreed plants, crossbreed animals. And the simple reason is to get more yields, to create disease resistant breeds and all that. But there's a point in time in history that it actually was an issue, and I think that ethical issues is what we're still going to be finding at this point in history, where we're into different scientific experiments, underground science, dark science, that are not mainstream, right? Even at this point, we also have issues with the jab and all that, and we find that it's going to be leading to humanity to a certain traction, right? Going to be leading humanity to a certain traction, and it's a scary future. If there will come a time in humanity where there's going to be this special scientific big pharma experiment, or this big pharma result that's come, and you will have to take it to cure all diseases and live long and become immortals, which refers back to the book of Genesis, where God actually protected the tree of life from Adam after they have fallen. You find that at that point it was they just got the knowledge of good and evil, and the next thing was God actually made it clear that they might go and take the tree of life, meaning they will become immortal, because the same tempter that made them eat the tree of knowledge of good and evil, for them to know good and evil, will also tempt them to go and take of the tree of life. And once they have taken it, it would have been a case of no hope for humanity, because you can't actually save immortals. Then humanity would have been in a fallen state, like angels, like Satan, and in sin, right? It would have been difficult for a Messiah to come and save them, because a Messiah can only save mortals, not immortals. That's why Jesus Christ didn't die for angels, or the atonement of Christ didn't cover for angels and other spiritual beings, because they are immortals, right? It only covers for mortal beings. So it would have been very difficult for Christ to even die for immortals. So fast track to this point in time, we're getting to the point where everybody wants to live long, everybody wants to enjoy life, everybody wants to live a life without disease and live hundreds, thousands of years in a fallen world, which is a great threat to the salvation of human beings. Yes, it's a great threat to the salvation of human beings, because it means there will be no way to be saved as an immortal. Because now, if you will be able to find a breakthrough gene therapy or genetic engineering, or locate immortality in human genes, and it's harnessed automatically, it's going to be a case of humans wanting to live long. There are movies that we've watched that actually depict it, and they only show us the fanciful part of it, that everybody's enjoying life. But what they are not telling you, that it's going to be a way of, you would have lost your will. Yes, it's going to be a way of mind control. You would have lost your will, becoming an immortal. Yes, you cannot become an immortal still maintaining your will or your free will. You would have become something else, becoming an immortal, and that would lead us to explain what Jesus was trying to talk about in the days of Noah. He will come in as in the days of Noah. Now we are inside the experiment, and how does that connect us to the days of Noah? Now, it looks like the days of Noah. We find that angels came into men, daughters of men, and they gave birth to the Nephilims and giants. And you will notice that those giants were going to rely on human resources, right? So if we had giants in this time, for example, you're going to find that those giants will be very interested in crossbreeding our plants and animals. Everything that has to be our natural resources will become extra large because of their sizes, because we cannot feed them with the same size of banana, or the same size of fruit, or the same size of tuber of yams or cow and all that. So they will need extra large fruit. That's when we can trace it back to the time of the Israelites in the wilderness, when the spies went to check out Canaan land, and they found giants, and they found the food were big as the size of what the giants in the land. So automatically it means they have been crossbreeding the plants and the animal to suit their size, so that they can feed and live. And I believe that might the era of Noah might even be the era where we had dinosaurs, right? Because giants at that point would need animals as big as them for movement, for feeding and all that, and it became a way of corrupting humanity and corrupting the whole of creation. Because actually the destruction of the world in the time of Noah, after the ark, you find that animals were also tagged as unfit. Most of the animals, aside the ones that came into the ark, most of the animals were termed unfit. They were all corrupt. And who corrupted them? Humans. Because of the angels. The angels came and started messing around with creation. So automatically it meant everything had to go. So I believe maybe that was the period we had dinosaurs, and that was the period we had most of these prehistoric giants that we cannot give account of. And it boils down to what we are going to be seeing in this time in the world, in history, where we are seeking for immortality, where we're seeking to cure all diseases, or to look for a solution to all sicknesses. And in that, there will be a deception that there's a solution, breakthrough solution for immortality, and we should and must take it, else we're tagged, or people are labeled differently, different names against the will of God. And those who decide to take it, because of they become doomed. Because if you are going to become an angel or become an immortal like an angel, definitely there will be no need for salvation. You cannot be saved again. You cannot be saved, because atonement is not covered for that category of beings, immortal beings. It's only covers for mortal beings, right? So what I'm trying to say is the entire world going back to the days of Noah actually can tie what big pharma is doing, big tech is doing now. Everybody's into this gene thing, gene therapy, genetic engineering, trying to crossbreed, transhumanism, mixed breeding, everything, and it's actually making creation an abomination. Everything now is becoming an abomination, because people want to revert back to the days of Noah. And we don't know, the angels might have been, they might be around now, because Revelation said they will be released, and definitely they will go back to what they were trying to do. Now they might not be creating giants, but they might be creating a way to get the will of humans under their control, and to become rebels against God. So remember, in the time of Noah, they were crossbreeding plants and animals because of the giants and all that. Now we are still having the same crossbreeding and genetic engineering, which is not far from the truth, that it's all about corrupting creation and corrupting humanity. and getting humanity under the will of the evil one. But I don't want just these are my thoughts, and I would like to get your opinion on it. Have a nice day. I remain your host, Ashedu Jude.